Hey, 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 what is up on your Spark fam? Thanks for tuning in this Thursday evening. Tonight, we're going to be doing a little bit of breath work, which is super fun. But before we do that, we have one newbie on the call. What's up, Tiff? So I'm going to go ahead and give the mic to Tiff so she can introduce herself to us. And if you guys who are veteran on your Sparkers, want to drop your introduction in the chat so Tiff can get to know you a little bit, that would be super dope. I know I put it in here somewhere. Where did I do it? I tried to own your Spark introduction. Perfect. Yeah, there it goes. What I did is last week, or the last time we did this, I wrote my introduction in the notepad on my phone. So every week when we do this, if we have a new person here, I can just copy and paste it in the chat. So if that is something that you want to do, feel free to do so. But Tiff, go ahead, take the floor. Let us know your name, where you're from. Tell us about your family. How old's your kiddo? I'm sure you can see all the questions on the screen. The floor is yours, girl. Welcome aboard.
First off, I didn't know you were going to have me do that, or I wouldn't have even came on.
Well, that's why I don't warn you.
My name is Tiffany. I'm from Michigan. Met Brittany when we worked at the high school together.
Tell them what we did at the high school.
We were parapros for special ed. And I got into that because my son has autism, and obviously, and he is 11. We did 5.5 years of ABA, and after sitting in every single session and memorizing everything they did so that we could continue it when they left, I just wanted to do it with every kid I could possibly help. So working at the school was so amazing, so unbelievably underpaid. I wish I could go back. I would in a second. But yeah, now my son is in 6th grade, and we have entered the all holy hell of Milan schools because it is the worst of all of the schools in district. So it's been a lot of fun this year. I don't know what else to say about me. I work with my husband at a restaurant, and we make chili dogs.
I will say this, Tiff is like the most organized person you will ever meet in your life. Like if y'all got any kind of question, you need any worksheet, any checklist for your kid, any kind of anything, this girl has got it in a binder, laminated, ready to go.
That's the only portion of my life that has any organization whatsoever.
The kids.
Anytime a teacher or any staff person sends me anything, I'm like, no, we can do better. So I make my own.
You do. I'm telling you guys right now, Tiffany, she's so great. She's so great for real, and has a lot of experience with autism. So I'm sure if you ever have a question, drop her in the chat. She's got an answer. I'm telling you right now. Ironically enough, when me and Tiffany were working at the school is when hoping I didn't wake up my son, is when I found out I was pregnant. And we had no idea, obviously, when I was pregnant that Tegan was going to have autism. So it's just kind of like full circle crazy how this all worked out.
And she listened to all my crazy stories.
Yeah. You fed it to me. You fed it to me. He was bound to come out with it.
And she would see me hound our boss's boss that was the special ed director for all the schools. And she'd be like, you're crazy.
No, I mean, I was right there behind you because I felt like, and that's the thing that scares me most about the public school system is the fact that the boys that I was working with, I had no idea what their struggles were. I didn't know what I was doing. And if it weren't for your guidance, the people that were supposed to be leading me, I would have failed. And so would those kids, but because you helped me, I was able to help.
I love you.
It was just such a great thing. So yeah, it's a scary thing. I didn't realize Milan was like a terrible school district. I'm glad.
No, just the middle school.
It makes me feel a little bit better about, like, I don't know. If
leaving?
You think Milan's terrible, then I'm not so scared that maybe all schools are as terrible as that was. But I don't know. I'm super glad to have you here. I want to know, and anybody can take the floor on this. Where are you guys at in the lessons right now? Have you dove in if you hadn't already? Did you get a little bit further? Are you still working on a certain section? I want to hear from you. If you have questions too, now is the time to ask. Let me know. Jesse, I know you've been freaking killing it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how far I am. Like, I haven't looked all the way down to see,
What's
So I
next?
don't know percentage wise how far I am through, but I'm currently on identifying personal stressors and triggers. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I feel like I really dug into it. Like, I don't know, it was maybe last like Thursday or about a week ago. I like just had some free time. The baby was chilling and I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity to do a little personal growth time.
Mhm.
And yeah, so it was pretty awesome. And there were like a couple of little things that I just thought might be, I don't know, relevant to some of y'all. So actually my planner, I noticed on the same day that like, you're feeling kind of down on yourself. But my planner told me to try cutting minimizing words out of my vocabulary, like written and verbal communication, like just and only. I don't know. That just kind of hit me hard. Like instead of I am just the marketing assistant, I am the marketing assistant. I am the goddamn marketing assistant. Like, yeah, little tweaks like that to make yourself speak more highly of whatever it is that you're doing. Because your words and your thoughts manifest into how you feel and then what you produce. So
Yeah, 1000%. That's a great takeaway. What else you got for us?
So there was one other thing that while I was in the self-care routine part, I think you had hit on like going to a place that like brings you peace, or like surrounding yourself with things that bring you peace. And you mentioned like going to the water, and it just like little ding 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 to this podcast I had listened to like a year ago that was talking about how autistic people and so I am also kind of a believer that it's a hugely genetic disease. A lot of mamas who have autistic children have autism too, or at least some form of neurodivergence, whether it's ADHD, like OCD, anxiety, whatever. Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about myself, so no judgment. But I was listening to this podcast and they really emphasized, like there was a whole section about how autistic people often feel very drawn to the water, as such, like the ocean, because of what it represents to them. Just being this really misunderstood, like being in the universe. And I don't know. It just really like hit me hard because I kind of have always felt the same. Me and my mom, we live in West Texas, so we're real far from beaches, but we have an affinity for the water, and so that just was meaningful to me. And I feel like the mountains are kind of a similar vibe for me. So like we have land in Colorado, and I don't know, just being drawn to those places that your heart yearns for. I thought that was a cool little vibe that I related to. So that was fun for me.
That's interesting to hear. And that I love that because, obviously I moved 16 hours away from home to be by the water. And I mean, you know how I feel. That's one win for me. I'm on a waiting list now. I'm on a 3-month waiting list for my autism evaluation. So we'll see how that goes. I'll share with you guys. But I'm really excited about it. And it's just interesting that you say that. Very interesting. I have some other stuff I'll share with you later because I know some people have certain religious beliefs. And so when I get to talking about like pulling cards and things like that, some people don't like it. And so I don't ever want to offend anybody. I have my Bible here, I have my devotional, and I have my cards over here. Like I don't give a shit. And if people don't like, that I dabble in spirituality and reading the word of God, then so be it. Like you can see the door. I don't really give a shit. But
I think those two things can coexist and live together. But I feel like a lot of people do not agree with me on that one.
There's some stuff I want to share with you, though, in regards to that. We'll talk more privately because I don't want to offend anybody. But that's really interesting. Thank you for sharing. And you always bring so much to the table, not only here, but also in our challenge group. So I love talking with you. And I think you're just so wonderful. So wonderful. And if you need a vacation to come to the ocean, girl, I'm right here. 15 minutes around the corner. Let's go. Anybody else? Where are you guys at in the lessons? Any takeaways? Or even if you want to share maybe a challenge you've overcome this week, I'd love to hear that. Tegan is putting on his own shoes this week. That's really huge for us. Like, dude, I can't even believe it. I've been working on that for a while and starting to pull up his pants now. Like he has a really hard time, like with his hands, like that stuff takes so long for us putting on clothes. He still isn't getting that down, but being able to pull his pants up even a few inches is like a huge win for us. So I'm excited about that. And also,
Girl,
go ahead.
When you get to the point where he has to tie shoes, please tell me to send you this video, because Ryan, it was so hard, and now he still ties them the same way. And kids at school are like, "How did you learn how to tie your shoes like that? That is so cool." And he's like, "I just tie my shoes." Like, this is how you do this.
Very matter of the fact.
I'm almost there.
Drop the link in our chat thread, in the Own Your Spark chat thread on Facebook, so we can all see it. I would love to. I'm over here like SpongeBobbing it, like loop-de-loo and pull. Now your shoes are looking cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what
totally tried it. It didn't even work.
SpongeBob's full of shit. Leisha, she's starting to feel like herself again, struggling getting things started, but making it happen. Girl, you already know I'm here for you, and I love you, and I'm so proud of you. To see you getting back into your workouts is just fantabulous. I know how hard it is when you've fallen off to get back on. Speaking of which, Stephanie, where are you at with Bar Blend?
Oh, that's what I was just about to say. I'm like, dang, the whole month of March was just.
It happens.
Okay, with my in-laws and everything, they are settled back from Texas. We took care of them for that week, and then we kind of handed off to another set of family members. I mean, they are just in incredibly bad shape still. I think my father-in-law is probably going to need a couple more surgeries. I mean, they are beyond blessed to be alive.
They got in a car accident, for anybody who doesn't know.
Oh yeah, sorry. Really bad car accident, highway speeds, head-on collision, really bad.
Oh, really? Highway head on? How?
Yeah. It actually, this guy was coming from like a 4-lane highway and was just crossing, and just like, I don't know. They just did not even see. There must have been trees or something in the way. I'm not even sure, but it was like a work truck that just came through right yeah. It was really bad. It hit the nose, spun them around twice, and then they hit again. Anyways.
Honestly, it's amazing. Like, I don't know. Again, like, not to offend anybody, but just like, thank God that they are alive. That's exactly how my uncle and cousin were killed years ago, because there was a work truck just doing his thing, and he hit them. They spun out and they flipped, and neither of them made it. Like, it's when a truck that big hits you, like, it's a miracle to survive something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Think prayers for them.
Yeah. So anyways, it's really, they're doing well though. I think we left them in a good place. And I think we convinced them to not only seek out just your physical health, but your mental health also. I think that they are going to go see someone because they are suffering PTSD pretty badly.
I can imagine. Yeah. I got a bad accident a few years ago, and I watch other cars so heavily that I can't even enjoy the music on the radio driving. It's terrible.
Yes.
That's I'm so sorry. I hope that things start to look up for you soon. How's it been since you've been home?
Yeah. Man, the last couple of days. Anybody else? Full moon?
Yeah, Keegan's not sleeping.
Surviving that? Yeah, exactly. No sleep.
I think my baby's teething.
Oh, yeah. But I at least got my workouts in. I haven't been able to post any of them, and I haven't even had time to get on a laptop and update a subscription. So I'm just doing regular 21-day fix right at this point. That's cool. Where I'm at. So I'm feeling good about it though, because I'm like, that's more than I did for the last like 2 weeks. So
that's a big win. Getting back into it so hard. I'm glad that you can go back to like week 8 of Bar Blend, because I can't imagine how hard that would have been for you. Like, you were right there at the end. Oh, so rough.
I know. I'm like, I can't take 2 weeks off and then jump right back into the hardest part. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, but I got to share this huge win real quick. Okay, so
no rush.
When Owen is my youngest, who just turned 3. When he was born, Elliot was 2 years, 3-ish months, something like that. And wanted nothing to do with him, like absolutely nothing. Wouldn't even look at him. And then once Owen could kind of move around a bit, then it became like a power struggle. And he was just always way too rough with him. And I couldn't leave them in a room together by themselves for years now. And I'm getting to a point where I feel comfortable, like just listening, doing the dishes, and they're in there playing. And I hear Elliot say, "I love you, Owen."
Oh,
And Owen says, and this has never happened. Owen has never said anything like this. Owen said, "Love you, brother." I'm like, oh, I about died in my entryway this morning. So
that's literally bringing tears to my eyes.
I
I know,
know.
I'm legit crying.
Yeah. So that was a huge, huge win this morning. And I needed that so bad. So
That is so wonderful. Like, oh my goodness. What a great way to start the day.
yeah, I was like bawling, telling their BCBA. It was amazing. They had a conversation. I didn't think they would ever even like look at each other, So yeah.
That's
awesome.
big. Tiff, did you have any experiences like that? Because I know you've got two boys that are pretty similar in age, right?
No, they're 5 years apart.
Oh, really? They're that far apart? My
Yeah.
God. All right.
Ryan's in 6th grade. Yeah, Matt is now in 11th grade.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's enormous and makes me so sad. So Matt has always like tried really hard to connect with him. But I feel like he's clung to Matt, but we have cousins that are the same age and he wanted nothing to do with any of them. He hated babies. Oh, like if we were somewhere and a baby cried, we had to leave. Like this baby started crying, we like pack up your food, we have to go. Like now. Like he'd look at me and he'd just start shaking. And it was like traumatizing. It always broke my heart. And now an aunt just had a baby and he is so excited and he loves him.
Oh, yay.
So there were a lot of times where we worked in ABA playing baby cry noises.
Oh, I bet. Let's see how long he can last.
And we'd be like, well, you have to ask us to turn it off, but you have to ask nicely. You have to ask the right way. And we'd like hide it places and then set it off. Like if you can stay in the room for 40 seconds, then you get one Smartie. So yeah, that's kind of where we went with this.
Dude, it's so funny. Like no one would understand the kind of shit that we do in ABA. Like, if you're not in ABA, it's kind of like, oh, is that okay? But like I'm over here laughing at it because like when we first started ABA, I was like freaking out. I was pulling Tegan out. I was telling them that like I scared away the first couple therapists. I was a fucking monster because I was like, this is not like I felt like it wasn't okay. And I didn't understand at the time what was happening. And I think it was just like Mama Bear, my first kid. I just didn't like
absolutely
challenging him, I guess.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, if I hear him cry, I shut my door when they're in ABA. I'm like, my God, can he just stop? I'm like trying to get out of there. But yeah, that's too funny. Oh man, too funny.
Oh my gosh. Now I try to like if he's had a long day at school, like today he had a really rough afternoon. He didn't do good on a quiz, and that really sets him off.
That was me.
So
always, I had to have straight A's. Anything less than an A really brought me down. It could ruin a month. I'm telling you what.
Do you ever remember me telling you about how he had trouble losing at games and stuff?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that has manifested into his tests. And to where the point, like, he has to leave the room. Like, we have this whole program. Some teachers are really on board with, like, sending me the information and letting me tell him at home. So when he goes in the next day and they hand back the test, he's already gotten the emotions out. He already knows what's going on. Some of them are like, that's just not how we do it. And I'm like, well, it's how you're doing it now. Or I'll come in your class. Try me.
You have an IEP in place, don't you?
Oh, yes. Don't worry. I had that added this year.
Okay. So, like,
we've made 4, what are they? Amendments or addendums, whatever they are, to the IEP already this year.
Is that what they call when you, like, make an adjustment?
Mm-hmm.
See, Tiff is on it. She's like, nope, calling another one. Annual meetings.
It was about a month and a half ago. I told the special ed director for all the schools, the principal and his TC, that if they didn't learn how to handle my child, that I was going to be bringing the news in there with an advocate and a lawyer, and I had documentation about how they weren't following his IEP and documentation from other parents how they weren't following their IEPs. So they needed to learn how to take care of my kid.
Well, good. If that time comes, I'll be hollering at you, girl.
Absolutely.
What do I need to say? Write me a script so I can go in there because look, I can't go in there balls to the walls with this attitude. There's just no way. I have to calm down, get professional, and have somebody write me up what I need to say.
But the second you walk out, the second you walk through the doors, you're just like, oh,
yeah,
ugly cry.
Yeah, no, for real. My anger comes out in tears every single time.
Me too.
I definitely would be doing that for sure. Well,
I like the passive aggressive emails.
Speaking of which, if y'all haven't heard letter, y'all should go to type it on Google, Open Chat API. It's this new artificial intelligence. You can type in anything you want and it'll spit out a response. So you could type in, write an email to my autistic son's teacher sharing that I'm not liking the way they're not handling the IEP. It will give you the most professional. It's how I've been starting to communicate with people because I have a real hard time with my upfront bluntness and I offend people a lot and I don't mean to. So I've been using that and it seems to really have helped alleviate a lot of my stress and issues, like with his therapist, with the school, like in arranging his goals for the IEP. It's helped me a lot. So check it out. Open Chat API. Yeah, you can use it for literally anything, like anything. You could ask it to create you a meal plan following Ultimate Portion Fix Meal Plan A, and it will spit that shit out. It will do anything you tell it. I'm not kidding you. You could say, write me a checklist to vacation to Clearwater, Florida during the months of March. It'll tell you what weather is going to be like, what you should wear, what you should pack. I'm telling you guys, you can use it for anything you possibly could think of. Tell it anything. Now, I will say this, it's a new artificial intelligence system that is like super popular. So sometimes you have to like sign up for the wait list and wait for it to allow you to use it because there's so many people trying to use it at once. But I was new to it. I was hip to it when it first came out like 3 months ago. So I'm in. Go get on the waiting list if you need to. Otherwise, just make an account and use it up while it's free because I guarantee in the near future, it's going to cost money. Like it's a tool that everyone should be utilizing.
Will you put it in the chat thing?
Yep.
Thank you.
Let me do
if things aren't written down, this doesn't stay up here.
Open Chat API per our Zoom combo. LOL. Okay. Does anybody else have any challenges they've overcome this week or wins they want to share before I move on?
I do have something.
Please share.
I wore a real shoe for the first time in a week and a half.
She burned her foot. She stepped on her straightener. She's got a gnarly.
Like my heel went inside the opening of the straightener.
Oh, rough. Y'all should see it.
Real bad. So I wore a real shoe and I was real freaking proud, but it hurt.
So it was on the floor?
Yeah. Then I tripped backwards over a basket and my foot went right in it.
Oh, poor Tiff. I bet you she'll be straightening her hair at the sink next time.
Done.
Jess, did you say you had something else you wanted to share?
So I'm Stephanie's kind of inspired me to remember this situation where and Wesley, he's 5, going to be 6 in August, but he's still considered nonverbal. I don't know if he's past the threshold. There's not even really a defined threshold into minimally verbal versus nonverbal, but he has very few words, right? The other day he's looking at his sister and she's a baby, like she's going to be 4 months old next week, and he interacts with her, he loves her, he kisses her. Like I did not know what to expect. I'm amazed. And that's one thing. I'm like, him being 5, he is kind of a little more like, okay, he had no idea what was coming, but he's handled it really well. But he doesn't obviously talk to her. He hardly even talks to me unless he really wants or needs something. But after school one day, he comes in with this huge smile on his face and he sits down with us and he's like trying to do something with her hand. And he's being really gentle, but I couldn't figure out what he wanted. Eventually, she like grabbed onto his finger and he was like, he smiled. So I was like, okay, so that's what he wanted. He gives her a fist bump and says, "Good job." And I was like, oh, he's praising his sister. He doesn't even know that that's a huge deal for me. Like, I'm over here crying and he's like, I don't know why you're doing that right now. But additionally, what I was going to say before that was actually that he throws away silverware, because like if we use a paper plate or bowl or something, he throws it all away. And I'm like, great, you're using the trash. But he didn't quite understand that like the spoon or the fork doesn't go in there too. It goes in the sink. So we've been showing him that for a long time, just every time trying to walk with him to do both tasks at the same time. And he finally will sometimes independently take the fork or the spoon and put it in the sink. So I'm like,
that's huge. That's so awesome. I love that for you. That's so wonderful. I'll tell you what, Tegan is a messy eater, boy. Y'all gotta, I can't wait to move. Our walls and carpet is so stained. Like we've been trying to get him, like getting him to feed himself is already hard enough because he struggles so bad with food. But it's like 75% winds up on the floor and on my walls and on his clothes. It's like I can't afford to keep buying him clothes because he stains everything up. And
he eats naked. He just eats in a diaper. I'm just gonna clean you, throw you in the tub.
Brittany, stains, get powdered OxyClean, really hot water in a bucket, scrub it, let it sit overnight and wash. Totally takes chocolate, everything. Chocolate that's been washed and dried out of clothes, gone.
Powdered OxyClean, you said say it again?
The powdered OxyClean, get like a bowl of really hot water and put like 3 big scoops in there. Like mix it around and then like scrub the hell out of the stain. Let it sit overnight, wash it, you're good.
I'm about to just have a bucket on deck with that shit in it and put his clothes from the day in it. Because to be
saved my life.
His windows are always wide open because, I mean, we live in South Carolina. I don't need the lights on all damn day. I can open my windows and my whole house is lit, you know? So I don't want him to be naked because I live in an apartment complex. There's people everywhere. And, you know, people are fucking weird. So, yeah, I'll do that. I will definitely do that. Thank you for sharing.
They have those things you can get from Amazon you can put on the windows where like you can still see out and get the sun, but they can't see in.
I haven't thought of that. I seen a girl that did that. Like they're like weird, like they look like rainbow kind of like
some of them can, or they can just be clear, but from the outside you can't see in.
That's a really good idea.
And you could just do the bottom part where he would be seen in, and then the top part could be open.
Yeah, I need to do that because he's naked a lot. I'm not gonna even lie. Like I struggle with it because he's naked a lot. I mean, he was in the VWS. I was working out the other day, and Lisa's like, Tegan's back there spinning in circles, butt ass naked. And I'm like, do you mind? Because at this point, I'm trying to get my workout in. I don't give a shit.
Seriously, you have to do what you have to do. If they're happy that way, let it be. They're in their safe place.
I'm just like, dude, let it hang. I don't even care.
He comes home and he's just like, all right, almost immediately, like taking his clothes off. He's like, I don't have to do this here. That's not my role.
I'm naked most of the time. Shoot, I don't like clothes either. It's not comfortable. I cannot sleep with clothes on, bro. I cannot do it.
Do you guys need a really good laugh?
Yes, please.
So Ryan has always had issues with learning how to potty train. So when he learned how to go poop in the potty, he would only go if he could squat on the toilet.
So that's probably where Tegan is. He won't poop on the potty because he can't do how he does in the diaper.
So we always know when Ryan has gone to the bathroom because his socks are off.
Because is he squatting on the toilet?
Yes.
Or on the toilet seat, bruh? He's like this on the toilet.
We call them our little gargoyles. But no, listen, Santa brought him a squatty potty for Christmas.
My God.
Any resources on that, Mama?
He loves it.
My child is almost 6 and he will not. But that is exactly how he goes when he's in his diaper. He goes into the corner or he hides in his room. And if you see him, he's just squatting on the floor like that. So I'm like, okay, Is that what I need? Is that what I need to be telling him to do? Because
we told him, like, if that's what you have to do to be comfortable to go potty, you can do that, but you can't do that at school. We need feet on the floor at school, and but you can be comfortable at home.
I'm a 27-year-old woman and I use a stool. So
in kindergarten, they walked in on him in kindergarten. He was butt ass naked with his feet on the floor.
Yeah, they were like, what the fuck?
Because they have the bathrooms in the classrooms. Like, butt ass naked.
We need to address why he was naked in the bathroom, standing on the toilet.
He likes to be naked when he poops.
Hey, if it gets him to not crap in his pants, I'm just saying, I'm here for it.
Like, do your thing. Now it's just the socks and the pants that come off and the underwear, so.
Hey, he needs to have grip. He can't be slipping and sliding on that thing.
Exactly.
The toilet? No, thank you.
Freaking claws just holding onto the sides.
It's better than wet socks, like.
That is hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, thank you for the laugh. I needed this tonight. My gosh. All right. So, highlight of the evening. I don't think I can even one up that, Tiff. You're going to have to go ahead and host the next call. So, Tiff, I know you're new. What I try to do every week when we have these calls is give everybody, I want you to leave the call feeling better than you did when you came. And I'm already feeling better after hearing that story. So I don't even know if we need to do the breath work, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So obviously, breath work has a ton of different positive outcomes and reasons why we should do it. But specifically for special needs parents, and I asked Open Chat API why breath work is important for special needs parents. And this is what it told me. To highlight, I kind of put some things in red. To calm the nervous system, obviously, because we have a lot more going on in that realm. To regulate our emotions and increase emotional resilience so we can better cope with the challenges that we have in everyday parenting. To increase your energy, mental clarity, and just overall vitality. To help cultivate mindfulness and present moment awareness. I don't know about you, but I'm always thinking about the next thing that I got to do to prevent a meltdown, or the next appointment we have, or the next, we got to bring that back and start focusing on the now, because we're not living intentionally when we're thinking about the future or the past. That's anxiety or depression. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got to bring that back to this given moment. And then lastly, improve sleep. It helps calm the mind, body, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep, which is why I said, let's bring the pajamas tonight, because your girl is crashing right after this. And then I went to, you guys are all Beachbody On Demand members. This is freaking wonderful. I went to BOD and I found some breath work for us to do together. Oh, wait, how do I do this? I want to go desktop. Pull this back up. We want to escape this. Boom. So go ahead and get comfortable. We're going to do a 5-minute meditation / breathwork session. You can find this on Beachbody On Demand. It's part of the Unstress program. If you haven't checked it out, our meditations are fabulous. But yeah, this is a quick little 5-minute one. Mute yourself. Everybody's muted. Keep yourself muted so you can really breathe and not worry about somebody hearing you and feeling self-conscious. I want you to take this seriously and let this be your 5 minutes for you.
And just enjoy. Good morning. I'm Reagan Loston with Unplug Meditation, and we're going to do energetic breath work. Find yourself laying down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and relax. Draw the breath into your nose, filling yourself completely. Exhale through an open mouth, let something go. Draw the breath in through your nose, filling yourself completely. As you exhale, exhale through an open mouth. Now leave your mouth open. Draw the first half of the inhale into your belly, the second half into the chest. Exhale. First half into your belly, second half into your chest. Exhale. Continue to breathe through an open mouth, drawing the breath into the belly, into the chest. Exhale, letting something go. Continue with this energetic breath, and I will mind the time. You're doing great. Continue with the breath into the belly, into the chest. Exhale. Into the belly, into the chest. Exhale. Now you can let go of the active breath, returning to your normal breathing pattern. Draw the breath into the nose, filling yourself completely, cleansing. Exhale out the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose, filling yourself completely. Deep exhale out the mouth. You can begin to bring awareness back to your bodies by wiggling your fingertips and your toes. Allow that energy to source up your arms and your legs. And when you're ready, you can blink open your eyes. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Little did she.
Day 12 is done.
I'm going to sleep. Enjoy the rest of my evening. Oh, that was wonderful. Y'all should totally check out the other unstress meditations we have. I get so sleepy when I do these. There's so many great ones, like so many great ones. I would start at day 1 and then work your way through. If you don't have access to the meditations, you may have to upgrade to body. So let me know if you need help with that. But yeah, other than that, I don't have anything for y'all. Do you have anything else for me? A couple of Z.
I really said there was something we were going to talk about, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, hey, the chat thread is always wide open. Don't hesitate to bust in there. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.